Good morning, welcome to Morning Maths. We've come a long way now and we're on day 48. So let's get going. Question 1. 25 times 10. 25, let's make sure that looks like a 5. 25 times 10. So 25 times 1 would be 25. But 25 times 10 is 250. 10 times bigger, we can just place a 0. Or I could count my 25s 10 times. But you don't really learn your 25s till year 4. If you want to hear them a bit early, they go 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, 225, 250 is the 10th one. So we'll be working on our 25s in year 4. Question 2. 98 plus 351. You could put either number on the top in plus. I've actually put the smallest number on top, which looks a bit strange, doesn't it? In plus, it doesn't matter which number goes on top. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. Make sure it says 14, not 41. And 3 plus a little 1 is 4. 98 plus 351 is 449. Pause if you need more time. As always, we're on question 3 next. 123 take away 87. 123 take away 87. Don't line it up like this. That's wrong, isn't it? Don't put the 87 there. You need to line it up down the right and put the 87 here. Hopefully now at the end of year 3 you're very good on your lining up. 3 take away 7. We'll need some help with that. 2 goes down to a 1. We get this one. 13 take away 7 is 6. 1 take away 8, we can't do that. Get some help from this one in the hundreds column, which goes down to a 0. Comes over here. 11 tens take away 8 tens. Or 11 take away 8 in this case is 3. Just a 0 at the front, which we don't need. So the answer is 36. 123 take away 87 is 36. Question 4. Multiplication, 232 times 4. Now I've done this in lots of ways. I'm going to start to just do the grid method now, because I've done a lot of the partitioning method. Really, I'd like us to be moving forward with the grid method year 3s at this point. 200 times 30 times 2. It's very similar to the partitioning method. Remember the last few days I've been doing 2 methods. This time I'm just going to do this, which is called the grid method. Okay, 4 times 200. That's going to go in here. So 4 times 2 is 8, and I just place 2 zeros, because 4 times 200 is 800. In the next space is going to go 4 times 30. That is 4 times 3 in disguise. 4 times 3, 4, 8, 12. And place a 0, and it's 120. And in the final box is just 4 times 2, which is 4, 8, is 8. I've got 3 answers in purple. I need to add them up to get my final answer. You have to line them up carefully, like we do in column addition. 800, 120, and 8. Normally the additions at the end of the grid method, although there might be 3 numbers, there's not normally much carrying. And in this case, there's no carrying. 928. So our answer to 232 times 4 is 928. Time for question 5. Question 5 is division. These are getting quite big now, these divisions. So for divisions as big as this, I'll be using the bus stop now, right at the end of year 3, as we are getting really close to the end of year 3 now. I'm using the bus stop for these bigger questions. So I say, how many 5s in 2? 5 is too big to fit into 2, so you write 0. We didn't use this 2, so we just carry it on. And then we say, how many 5s fit into 23? I could sing my 5s. It goes 5, 10, 15, 20. You don't have to write this bit here. You don't need to write this. I was just singing and writing at the same time. If I did another 5, it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. But we're only looking for 23. So 25 is too big, so we don't want to go that far. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lots of 5 is 20, so I write the 4. or I could count on my fingers. 5, 10, 15, 20. I've got 4 fingers. I write that at the top. I have sung up to 20 just now, but I'm looking for 23. So you count up from 20 to 23 to find your remainder. So 20 I don't count. I go 21, 22, 23. And that was 3. Just 3 ones. And then you say, how many 5s fit into 35? Well, this will go nicely if we sing it. We can sing our 5s up to 35, and our fingers will tell us how many there were. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. My fingers are telling me it's 7. So 235 shared between 5, or divided by 5, makes 47. And we're on question 6, year 4. 573 times 100. 573 times 100 is like 573 times 1, place 2 zeros. Place 2 zeros. 57,300 is how you say that number. Straight on to question 7. 7,777 take away 888. 7 take away 8 is not going to work on any of those, is it? 7 take away 8 we can't do. Get some help from this 7. Goes to a 6, and we can get 1 to make it 17 take away 8. Any of these things like 17 take away 8, you can do use a ruler if that's difficult, but it should be 9, however you do it. 6 take away 8, we can't do. Get some help from this 7, which goes down to a 6. 16 take away 8 we can do, and it's 8. 6 take away 8, again we can't do. Get some help from this 7, goes down to a 6. 16 take away 8 is 8. And 6 at the front. 6,889. We had over 7,000, but now we have 6,000. Over 6,000. And we're on question 8. Share means divide, doesn't it? That's one thing I'm confident St Helens are going to know, even in year 4, is that divide means share. And when we're dividing, we are sharing. 4,565 shared between 5. Otherwise known as how many 5s will fit into 4,565. Lots of 5s will fit into it, won't they? Lots. But how many 5s fit into 4? None, because 5's too big. So carry the 4 on. How many 5s in 45? Well, this will work nicely. I'll sing my 5s, count on my fingers. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I counted 9 fingers. How many 5s will fit into 6? 5, 10, I've gone too far. Can't go past 6. 5, it's just 1. I'm saying to 5, but that says 6. So there's 1 remaining as well. And you can probably sing your 5s into 15, and your fingers will tell you the answer. 5, 10, 15 is 3. 913. Let's do the multiplication on the same page. I'll do standard method this time. You can do grid method if you want. No problem with that. 6,453 times 4. 4 times 3, 12. 4 times 5, 20, plus 1, 21. 4 times 4, 16, plus 2, 18. Make sure it says 18, not 81. 4 times 6, 24, plus 1, 25. I'll just have a little check over this. $25,812. Question 10, be careful of this. You can't just do 4 plus 357 because 4 meters is meters and 357 centimeters is centimeters. They're not the same, so we have to convert them. So I'll say 4 meters is 400 centimeters, and I'll do the whole thing in centimeters because then I can easily add 357 centimeters. Get a nice easy add with no carrying, and the answer is 757 centimeters. If you did do the whole thing in meters, which is more difficult, you would get 7.57 meters. You basically divide it by 100 because there's 100 centimeters in every meter. Question 11. Oops, sorry about that. Question 11. 10 times 0.03. Well, this is moving method because we're multiplying something by 10. I'll put the 0.03 on the board. I'm going to multiply it by 10, which means it gets one place bigger when you multiply things by 10. Big stuff's over here. because that's the whole numbers, whereas over here is the decimal numbers. So I'm going to move it towards the whole numbers. The 3 gets one place bigger. 0.3. So 10 times 0.03 is 0.3. That's our answer using what I call the mover method. Question 12. 592 times 23. No really easy way of doing this. We're going to need long multiplication. 2 lines of multiplication. We multiply 592 by 3 and then by 20. Place that 0 in there. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 9, 27. 3 times 5, 15, plus 2, 17. Let's just check that. Okay. The next line is 20 times 592, but I place a 0 so I can do 2 times 592. It's just one of our little tricks in maths we use to make life easier for us. There we go. Got 2 answers. I'll add them up at the end. I'm getting 13,616. 13,616. Check my addition. Got a funny feeling about this, so I'm just going to check everything. Should do that anyway. Okay, I'm happy enough with that. 13,616. And we're on question 13. Quite a strange minus because it's 65 less than this massive number 50,000. 65 less than 50,000. I think it will be 49,935. Let's show you the column method for that. 49,935. Loads of borrowing because 0 take away 5 you can't do. Ten take away 5, 5, 3, 9, 9, 499,035. I think that's what I said before. I can't even remember what I said before. 49,935. Happy with that? And we're on question 14. Divide 1 metre by 4. Divide 1 metre by 4. You can divide 1 by 4 on the bus stop if you make it 1.00 divided by 4. Or you could change 1 metre into centimetres and divide it by 4. Either way is fine. 100 centimetres is 1 metre. Divide that by 4, you probably know it's going to be 25. That's a fact that it's very handy to know that 100 divided by 4 is 25. So the answer is 25, but not 25 metres. It's 25 centimetres. That's very important. In metres, that is 0.25 metres. Time for question 15. A little tricky plus because, again, this is in centimetres while these are in metres. I'm going to do the whole thing in centimetres. 735 plus 2 metres, which is 200 centimetres, because 1 metre is 100, so 2 metres is 200, and 5 metres is 500. So I changed it all into centimetres. Now for the last 20 or so videos till the end of the year, we're going to be using some conversions. To be honest, there's not 20 videos till the end of the year. There will be in 2021, but in 2020 there's literally 3 or 4 because we're nearly at the end of the year already. So 1,435 centimetres. If you're doing metres, it's 14.35 metres. Because 5 plus 2 is 7, plus the other 7 metres, 14.35 metres. That's right. And we're on 16. If anything, I'll try and speed up. 12 pounds divided by 10. 12 pounds divided by 10, divided by 100. 12 pounds. Okay, I'll do 12 pounds like that. Divide it by 100. 2 places smaller for everything. 1, 2. Goes over here. Okay, is 0 pounds and 12p. Otherwise known as 12p. So you could write this, or you could write this. And we're on question 17. Lots of conversions in year 6. 789 millilitres to be added to 7.4 litres. There's 1,000 millilitres in a litre. So that 7 litres is worth 7,000. So we need to put it in the thousands column. 7,000, and the 4 just goes next to it. 7,400 millilitres. That's what that is worth. One was in millilitres, one was in litres, so I changed them. I changed the second one into millilitres. So I have a nice add to do, which was easy. 8,189 millilitres. In litres, 8,000 becomes 8 litres, and everything else becomes a bit of a litre. 8.189 litres. 8,000 millilitres is 8 litres, and then 189 millilitres goes after the point when we change it to litres. Question 18. A long division, which is 2,976 divided by 32. Let's get going with my 32 times table. You saw this one yesterday. We did 32 yesterday, didn't we? You can get very fast at these, but be careful. Make sure you're getting them right. Of course, there's a good way of knowing that you're right, because when you get to halfway, this is a mess. Be careful with my lining up. Going very, very fast. That's 160. Trying to avoid that 5 there. When you get to halfway, 32 times 10 would be 320. 32 times 5 is half of that, which is 160. So I know I'm right at halfway. Sometimes I only go to halfway. I've got 5. Let's see if that's enough. I've got 5 of my 32 times table. 32 into 2, far too big. 0 carried a 2. 32 into 29, too big, but carrying this 29 means 297. And it means I have to carry on. Back to work. I didn't have enough. I always have a try before writing the whole times table out, just to save time. Sometimes it works if you just go halfway. 256, that's still not enough, is it? Still got to go on. I'll go on to all 10. You never need 10, but 10 is a nice check. There we go, 320, which is 32 times 10. You can see that 32 times 10 is 320, and that tells me my times table's right. That's an important fact to know, because if your times table's right, you're not going to have to go back and fix all that. Your remainders might go wrong still. How many 32s in 297? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is the highest digit you ever have on the top of the bus stop. That was 288. I was looking for 297. I counted to 288. I think this will be 9 then, won't it? Yep, just 009, 009. I think that's James Bond's friend. 009. Let's carry the 9. 96, is that on my list? Hooray. 1, 2, 3. 96 is on the list. It is 3. 93. If you don't get a remainder, very likely that's correct. That's what happens in these long divisions in the SATS arithmetic tests. We go to question 19. A long multiplication here with decimals. Multiply 1.4 litres by 75. I'm going to keep this in litres. That won't be a problem. I don't need to change it into millilitres in this case. I'm going to keep this in litres. 1.4 times 75. Let's put a 0 down here. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus a 2 is 7. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 1 is 7. Plus 2 is 9. That seemed pretty easy. Okay, let's add those up. 0 goes here. 7 plus 8 is 5. Carry the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. So we get 1,050. Now I'll need to place one decimal point, because there was one decimal point in the question. So we get 105 litres. Let's have a little estimate. 1 times 75 litres would be 75. So 1.4 times 75 is going to be a bit more, and 105 litres does make sense. 105.0 litres. If we did it in millilitres, it's a lot more. It's 105. Well, it's not more. It's 105,000. It looks more. But millilitres, that's actually the same size. That is the same size as that. And finally, question 20, the last question. Question 20. If you've done this before me, I was kind of hoping you'd get tricked. I wonder if you got tricked. Because 241 is in litres and 123 is in millilitres. So I'm going to change the litres into millilitres. 241 litres. Every litre is 1,000 millilitres. So 241 litres is 241,000. 3 zeros makes 1,000. take away 123. I was trying to trick you with this lining up. I wonder if you got tricked. Not easy to trick a year 6 in St Helens in maths. But if it happened, then it happened. 10 take away 3 is 7. 7, 8, 0. 240,877. It didn't get much smaller in the end. That is millilitres. I did the whole thing in millilitres. If you do it in litres, you actually divide by 1,000 and you get 240.877 litres. 240.877. Let's see the answers. It's getting a bit harder. I'm having to think. I hope I didn't get anything wrong. 240.877 litres. That's right. So check your answers. Pause if you need to. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next time.